go-karts. Everybody who has tried them knows that they're quite interesting to drive, because to be very quick you have to drift them a little bit to get a lot of slip angle. And also what people who also sim race would know is that they are quite tricky to really simulate, because some sims do it well. I don't know, Kartcraft feels quite good, and RF2 also a bit, but Automobilista 2, which is my sim choice, let's see if they simulate it very well, because I have a few pointers which I want to talk about, which I hope get fixed with V1.6. So let's get into AMS2. And here you can see I have chosen Buskerud Kart Short in Norwegian track, and I'm in the 125cc kart, which has 32 horsepower, and yeah, that's about it. 1 gear. So it's a bit like a real rental kart, but quite a bit faster, quite a bit quicker. But there are a few pointers I want to talk about when we get into the game. So at first you can see the view looks quite realistic, and it sounds quite good. But you will see when I get up to speed, it looks a bit weird. You can see the issue which I notice is this, that feels a bit like a pendulum. And it doesn't really feel like you can slide it, and when you slide it, it just feels like you're just losing a ton of grip. It's like quite, you don't really feel it a ton. See there, you can get slip angle, but you have to really control it, because it's quite easy to lose grip. It's quite different than driving actual racing, actual cars in this game. And I lost a ton of time, but my optimal lap time went up quite a bit. You can see there too, that's a thing I feel like, because in karts, because they're so slow, you want to keep your minimum speed very high. But obviously, I don't know, I haven't driven a kart with a speedometer, but it just feels to me like they lose too much speed and slowing down and drifting, and they seem to slide quite a bit more from what I know. But let's switch track and let's switch to a slower kart to see if it's a bit more realistic that way. Okay, so now we are still at Buskerud, but we are driving Buskerud long this time. And this is seems to be roughly the same speed as what I drive in my local track, which is Järfälla Hyrkart in Stockholm. Or local, I should say, that's the best one in the whole of Stockholm, in my opinion. just seems like the acceleration is really slow in this. But it could be just the perception of speed being really low. Because in karts you actually feel like you're going very fast, but in reality you're not going super quickly. But it could also be this tires not having hysteresis, which is the grippy thing which they're going to add into AMS2. But I fully agree with that if you brake a bit too much, that you lose the rear. That's something which I know happens. But these karts just feel super slow. Let me just switch back to the different kart and let's see how good of a lap I can do. Okay, so we're back into around the long version, but in a slower kart. You can see here, I'm a little bit scared to not brake too hard. But it works quite alright. And through those slower corners you want the rear to go out a little bit to have some extra rotation so you can turn a bit better. But not that much. It seems like this kart only has one. This kart only has one brake disc, and it's for the rear, which probably means it means that it handles quite a bit like a normal kart. See there, quite a nice drift. Let's see if I can put much better lap time in now. Well, if we have this, let's just check what tuning settings we have. Okay, so you have slicks and wets, you have fuel, you have anti-roll bars, tire pressure, toe, ride height. Ride height you can't change, bump stops. You can't change anti-roll bars. Then fuel, obviously, fuel map, yes. Then the gear you can change. Okay. Then I understand that, but let's see the shifter kart, because I think the only difference when looking here, this one has 2 more horsepower, 1 more torque, and a better weight distribution in my opinion, because I like a weight distribution which is more rearwards, so the cars get more nimble. Good example is the Cadillac DPI. That one's really good in my opinion when you adjust the weight balance downwards. So let's see. This one should have better acceleration. Yeah, this one has much better acceleration. But then you have to remember to brake. And it seems like this car has all 4 brake discs. So it brakes really well. This kart's actually quite a bit nicer, in my opinion. Because you have the gears. And I spin. Well, let's take back the other cart and let's switch it to a different track to just validate everything which we have seen today. Okay, so the shifter cart is actually quicker around here. But let's see if I can learn this. Already a crash. Oh, there you have the Senna helmet. Okay, let's see how good I can drive around here. This track is really twisty and windy, which shows probably why the shifter cart is the better option. This track is really twisty. Very interesting. As you saw, this track is quite confusing and it seems like the brake bias is quite far forwards. And if it's possible to change that, all I know is this is quite an interesting karting track. And I flipped somehow. Let's check the replay and see how I flip. Okay, let us just speed a bit. Let us just look at my karting here. Okay, so the driver's arms looks a bit funny because they seem to overlap quite a bit. So when you're doing quite quick movement, it seems like it's not working. Yeah, this is quite funny to watch. I don't understand, it seems like it's doing like over a 360 degree rotation. That's very odd. And then the screen doesn't seem to work in the replay. And now we come onto the lap. Okay. I crash. And then I go forwards. And then I crash again. Oh, I lost my bumper and everything. That I didn't know was possible in AMS2. So that looks like a really old racing car. But soon the incident should be coming. Okay. Yeah, that's like very old. But since we have evaluated the karts and I want to have some more fun with them, there's one kart in here which I haven't showed you. And let's take it out. We have it here. Where is it now? There. The super kart. 93 horsepower, 53 newton meters of torque in a 220 kg kart. And you might have seen this one in the overdrive video, which is Scott Mansell's channel, but then this was before it became bad. But now, let's take it to the Nordschleife. Let's see. Oh yeah, there are quite a few people. 6 minutes. We'll probably not do it that quickly, but let's see how quickly we can make it around the Nordschleife in the supercart. But before that, I'm going to remind you that if you like this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe. That means a lot, thank you. Well, now we are in the racing. Let's see. The racing cart. There's already quite a bit of damage. Let's hope my lap doesn't get invalidated. Okay, so it's quite... Oh god. Let me just redo that. Okay, so I moved the brake bias from 70-30 to the front to 75 in the front. So now it hopefully handles quite a bit better. Okay, let's see. My only hope is to be within, to be under 7 minutes, but I'm not so sure. Okay, so let's not care about that invalidated lap, because then I'll have to restart it quite a few times. Okay, so it is quite tricky. Who would have thought that driving around the Nordschleife would be tricky? Well, fortunately, there is barely no damage. Okay, let's get to Flygplats Airport. We're going over 200. 1% damage. The engine! Oof. I thought I was going to crash though. Okay, so we should be coming up to the first sector very soon. It's really bouncy. So how far from the pace are we now? With the first sector. Okay, so we are like half a minute off the pace. So we won't be under 7 minutes. Let's hope we're under 8 then. This kart is quite tricky but still quite fun. Oh god. The suspension's broken. Oh well, my goal didn't work out. But hey, nothing really does. But what did you think? I'm going to remind you again, please hit the like button and also subscribe. Comment down below what you thought. My next video, let's see what it's on. We'll have to see because the update probably won't be out. So it will be some random video idea which I think you would like. But until then, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my amazing viewers. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!